I wish that someone had told me how much grief there is in adoption. When I visited him in his adoptive home when he was a couple of weeks old, his adoptive mom would tell me how he cried more than her other kids and how his body was so stiff and so anxious when I wasn't there. And that when I visited, she could watch him just rest into my body. And I, at that time, got so much comfort from hearing that he needed me. And now that is an extra piece of guilt and grief that I knew he was hurting, that she knew he was hurting. And we're the two women who supposedly love him most in this world. And we left him in that position, stressed and anxious all the time, except one day a week. I wish someone had told me that open adoption would mean that at the end of every visit, he would be asking me if he could come home with me. And when I would tell him he couldn't, he would ask me to stay with him. And when I told him I couldn't do that either, he would wrap his arms around me and say, I'm going to give you a forever hug. And he wouldn't let go. There were times we actually had to pull him off me until I finally understood he was being abandoned over and over again. And then I leaned into his forever hugs and I let him hold on to me until he was ready to let go. I don't know how anyone can think that this is the answer, except if they don't care about the mother's pain. If I had known any of those things would have happened, I like to think now that I would have been strong enough to tell my family that they were wrong, that there was no way this could be God's will, that there was no way, even if I deserved to be punished, which I didn't, but even if I did, he did not. I wish I had known that.